comes on with senior day. You guys were dead in the water with about 5 minutes to go and found a way to force overtime. What flipped for you guys the last 6-7 minutes that you went from a team that was really struggling to score to kind of catching fire there?
I'll say our defense. We fed off our defense. We started getting turnovers, you know, and then we just pushed the ball more. Pushed the ball, and we took open shots, and we were more poised down the stretch to make that run, and that's what got us back into that game.
You guys both talked since the last game about having the confidence that you can take advantage of an opportunity like this game presented, and obviously you come up short, but do you come away from this with some positive, or what is the takeaway from this? Because you did fall behind significantly, but you found a way to fight back.
I think that just goes to show, like, when we are clicking offensively and defensively, what we can be. There was a stretch in the second half where we just basically let our guard down to start the second half, actually, and that's kind of where we kind of lost the game. We get a couple more stops in that case, and maybe the outcome's a little different.
Keyshawn, the interception at the end of regulation, then you got that shot off. Did that look good to you?
It was on line to me. I just left it short, but it looked good.
CJ, you had the shot before that. You've made those shots throughout your career. Walk us through, your thinking on that shot and what you're looking for.
He played back a little bit, so I just rose up and shot it, but I was a little off balance and it didn't go as planned.
Coach Holt called that timeout like 50-something seconds into the second half. I think you meant to just reference it, CJ. What was the message during that particular timeout?
Biggest thing was just effort. Nothing offensively or X's and O's wise what we were doing wrong. We just went out there and had no effort. And against a team like that, a really good team playing for something, that just is not going to get it done. And that's why they jumped big. They jumped out on us big early in the second half.
What was the difference then for this game? Because you had a really significant halftime hole at Purdue, and then you were still down when you guys played at Northwestern. You're down again here, but you just seemed to bounce back from it differently. Is that senior night? Is that being at home? Just what was different about the response this time compared to the last two games?
Say it was a mix of all those things. Once we went on that run, our crowd got into it too, so we kind of fed off our crowd as well. But I just felt like this game, we just said we wasn't giving up no matter what the situation was, and that was a mess. We said it against Purdue, but we actually showed it, and everybody wanted it, and I think that's what fired everything for us to come back to send it to overtime.
And doing that, and the two of you seemed to be keying that comeback, and seemed to be a little bit of desperation there just to not let the game get away. To do that, moving forward, knowing the position you're on the bubble now, going into the Big Ten tournament, is that something that you can try to harness and carry over, and how do you do that over the next couple games couple days before you get to Chicago?
We watch the film and we show the fight that everybody had. Now it's you lose and you done, regardless of Big Ten tournament or whatever other postseason. So it needs to be a sense of urgency, because you lose one game and you out. And this team wants it bad, like we all do. Like we all want to continue to play. And, that's just like any team across America right now. And that's the one thing I love about my brothers. Like, we gonna fight to the end, and we showed that tonight. And we gonna take that over into the Big Ten tournament, and then the next tournament we in.
You guys had a lot of momentum there in the second half, obviously, and then Chris Holtman grabbed the mic and said to everyone to keep shouting. When you guys heard that, what were you guys thinking?
That definitely gives you juice, because that was it's not something you see every day. So, but like Keyshawn said, we had to stay poised. We had to stay locked in and be in the moment, because any mental breakdown, the game could have been over. And with us having a couple young guys out there, I think they did a really good job of doing that.
Just in general, how do you feel about where you guys are at as a team right now entering the Big Ten tournament? Because you guys have lost 3 in a row, but you guys played well down the stretch here. Just where are you guys as a team right now after this game?
Kind of what I said earlier. We in the situation where we on the bubble, and you lose, you out. So we gonna bring all our effort. We gonna bring our A game and do whatever we can to keep playing basketball for the rest of this year. We don't want no spring break.
CJ, you said your man kind of backed off you. Was there a play call or a set there Was there any thought of driving, try to draw a foul with the time that's left, or was this just sort of your call to make a play?
I mean, yeah, it was just kind of like of a read. If he was up on me, I would have drove it, obviously, but he was playing pretty far back, so I thought I made the right read.
When you guys go back to your dorm or wherever, apartment, whatever, do you ever allow yourself to think, why can't we play that way? Why don't we play that way all the time?
We probably gonna talk about that in the locker room after we shower. We talk about it all the time, but we know the things we gotta do. I mean, like you said, but we gonna talk about it here when we go back in the locker room, and then hopefully y'all just see a different outcome from start to finish when we play again.